Welcome, everybody. I am Justin Hinkle with Suitcase Designs, and I'm here today with Johanna Quinn of Echoing Magic Travel.
Hi, guys.
Johanna she honored us with being the very first subscriber of the website build with Suitcase Designs when we started our partnership with Careers on Vacation Wanderlust Campus. Um, Johanna, tell us, where were you before, as far as your website situation, before you decided to seek help outside of yourself?
Absolutely. So, as far as where I was at with a website, when I was in COV, when I was going through the class, obviously, you get all those different tips and tricks. What subscriptions do you need? What do you need to pay for now? We're all kind of transitioning, most of us either from, other jobs. Most of us have a budget. So, you're trying to work with what you got. So I signed up for Canva. Absolutely was worth it. And you get
Mhm.
that free website with Canva, but you got to
Yeah.
kind of DIY it. I don't have any background or any history in anything computer stuff. I mean, I can subscribe and I'm creative, but like how to make a website, like all the practical technical things that really make a website work
Hmm.
in conjunction with how does a search engine operate? Like how do you get that traffic to your site? Absolutely no history for me. But I put together a pretty decent DIY. I
Hmm.
got some good reactions from my creative side in that. The more I did it though, the more I was like, it just isn't professional. It looks like a DIY site. It's a good DIY site, but that was about it. And Justin and I were going through class at the same time.
Yeah.
We already connected. We were already buddies. Hey, I need someone to practice doing this or that with Justin's travel agency. So we
Hmm.
were already connected there. And I was just kind of sitting there in the background, hadn't really told anybody. I was like, man, what would it really take for me to get a professional website before I graduate from COV? And literally the second I'm thinking of that, it drops. And I don't remember exactly which spot it dropped first, where Justin was like, hey, I'm going to start making websites for travel agents. I went, oh my word. I didn't even think for half a second, signed right up. I knew you, Justin. I knew your professionalism and your, energy, your passion, and also that you didn't know what you're doing. And wasn't even a question. I was signed up, and oh my word, it completely changed the game as far as my website.
Oh, that's awesome. I was excited. We were actually out on a hike, no reception, and the only thing that came through was your meeting notice that you had signed up. And I was excited because I knew how good your website already was, that you worked on yourself. I knew the kudos
You.
people gave to you, and the design, your branding was all on point. Like you went above and beyond in the work you put into it already.
Thanks.
Um, so just that we were honored to be even considered, um, to be able to help you update that. Um, so what do you think how do you feel like the process went, as far as how we developed your new site together? How do you feel that process developed? Well, how do you feel that developed?
How that developed? Yeah, no, it was amazing because, like you said, I mean, I have that creative side to me, and oh my word, all the different sides of being a travel agent that I've been able to just kind of let that flourish has been so
Mhm.
much fun for me as a person. And it was kind of that, oh, if I go find some random person to do this website design for me, how are they going to take what matters to me? Like show me through it. I'm like, because when I DIY it, I can show myself through it.
Mhm.
And um I knew you would hear me, but I was like, okay, well, how is this going to go? And then we did that first initial call. And oh my word, it was just so great, Justin, because you even, I don't know if I've told you this specifically. I was already niching into, kind of the generic cruising, Disney,
Mhm.
all inclusives. Where am I going to kind of fall in that? What, how can I niche down more into that? And I didn't even really know myself. And when we had that initial call, we were talking and you kept asking me these questions. You're like, so, but what is, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, Justin. I love how my husband and I have connected more through travel. I want to see more couples get that and feel
Mhm.
like that's something that's possible for them, and it not just be a once every 10-year second honeymoon type situation. And you're like, so I'm hearing romantic travel that's going to really build relationships. And I went, it was, you took what was in my head that I couldn't get into words just through that conversation, and then you ran with that on my site. I had different people, different family members. I'm like, hey, check out the site. Like, it's once you had it up, and they were like, it's like you're talking. Like, it's like you're just like verbally talking to us. And I'm like, I know, right? This is amazing. The process, that was the biggest thing for me, was because you were able to take your ingenuity and technical expertise. I want to make sure people understand you know what you're doing. Like, as far as the technical side of it, it's going to be done right. But you combine that with taking the time to truly understand what I needed. And I've looked at some of the other sites that you guys have done for other people. They're different than mine, but yet still that professional caliber. It shows the person you're making the website for leaps and bounds ahead of what any other like random stranger. And you combine that with the travel industry. You get it, you know it. It just kind of flows seamlessly together, in my opinion.
Thank you. Yeah, one of the reasons we focus specifically on the travel industry is because, like you said, I went through Careers on Vacation with you to build that travel background for myself and my company. We really want to be able to speak to the needs of travel advisors. Like you said, other website builders might make a pretty site, but are they going to help you write that site in a way that speaks to your ideal client from that travel perspective?
Exactly.
You know, like, there's so much out there. I think there are so many great designers out there.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't see anybody really specifically working for travel agents as a travel agent. We don't dilute this with other types of companies. I'm not out here running bakery websites or restaurants or electricians, things like that. Travel agencies are our passion. Like, I am a travel agent myself, small travel agency, but especially love Disney like you.
Yeah, we definitely connected on that love of Disney right there off the bat.
Would you say that helps, from your perspective, getting your website up and running to talk to your ideal client, our background in travel?
Absolutely. 100%. It's really like, once you get into this, you want this broad idea from the beginning, and as you get to know people, you realize how important leaning into your niche really is. If you that ideal client, that it really becomes the kind of, to me, the on off switch on if it's going to work or not. You've got to figure out what you're passionate about and how to niche down in the travel industry. So the fact that we have a website designer who is niching down into us, so then that can be built so specifically to what we are looking for. You get it. You understand the ideal client, and you can combine that with all the generics of how to get someone to your website that is just generic for all websites. But that passion you have and that combination of your own knowledge, again, it clicks to me. It just niches it down in a way, and just even that just connects it back to where it makes it easy as a travel agent when you're planning the website to talk to you and to help and to be understood and heard. And it works, dude. It works.
One of the things we worked on in the beginning to start developing for travel agents specifically, niching down helped us make it more affordable. Like, do you find that value there compared to other options that are out there? Even do it yourself, do you feel like that value is just at the right spot for you?
Oh my word. The amount of time I spent DIYing that first website, I absolutely would have spent more to get a website. I know, right? But
That's okay.
But at the same time, I was like, I'm on a budget. How can I afford this professional website? The it shows in your generosity, not like you're giving it away, but you're generous because you care. And I feel
Mhm.
like anyone who is genuinely cares on a personal level and is passionate about what they do and help, and you combine a helping other people into that, they're naturally going to be generous people. And the caliber that you offer in order to niche down into provide that service at this rate that we can afford, and get that oh my word, the I like want to go back and look at Johanna and be like, yeah, she was paying herself like for that DIY. I'm like, I'm paying Justin. This, it is 100% value to the cost, 100%.
Yeah, back then when I went through COV, what I saw was a lot of people who were passionate about travel, passionate about helping other people, have the time of their lives basically.
Yeah.
But not everyone was tech savvy. There's plenty out there who've built great websites on their own.
Hmm.
But not everybody's there. That's not everybody's forte or where their background is. And I knew we could come in and help at a level that would be a great place for them to meet them at.
Hmm.
And so we're really, as a company, that's part of our mission, values, whatever you want to call it, is that we want to help travel agents because I met so many great people. It just made me care more. Like
Yeah.
as a, you know what I mean? Like you meet so many great people and they're in this one industry, and I want to find a way that I can help in the best way I can. And
Oh,
so this is one of the ways I
absolutely.
can
And
do
it
that.
it just shows through every conversation you and I have ever had, just the I like to say I like to say that the best people I've met are the real people I've met. The people
Mhm.
who they're just real. And Justin, that is you through and through. As a person and as a business owner, you take care of your clients, you take care of us, you take care of our websites. And I love the fact that you're continuing to educate with the websites, like doing your webinars and helping people understand it, but yet being like, hey, like I remember you and I were having a conversation recently, where I was like asking you a question about blogs and like,
Mhm.
hey, how do, if once I want to add the blog page to my website, how am I going to get it uploaded? And I loved it because you were like, either you can send it to me or I'll show you how to jump on there and do
Right.
it. You're good with options, meeting people where they're at, and providing that service that just hands down is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, with blogs, part of our premium maintenance plan is that we will do a lot of that technical stuff for our clients because some people are hands-on. They want to go in there, they want to type their blog in and kind of feel
Mhm.
the tactile
Yeah.
function of it. And some people are just, here are the words, please help me. And
Yeah.
we're happy to do it. Like we're we're in there so much, it's just second nature to us
Right.
to help you upload a blog, make sure it's formatted correctly, things like that. Get the images in there where they need to be for you. That's definitely something we love to do. We love to help. But
Yeah.
you touched on something else, the webinars. Um,
Hmm.
so we just started those. This is December. We started those in November. We've been teaching some classes inside COV for some grads and current students, but we started doing every third Thursday, we do a webinar on just some type of different topic surrounding technology, especially websites, and being a travel agent.
Hmm.
Like you said, the last one we just did was blogging,
Hmm.
and we're trying to meet people where they're at, introductory to the subject, to where they can get started taking control of that, or at least know the questions to ask, whether of me or their webmaster.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And it's such great information. Just the couple that you've done. And I'd like anybody who would want to jump on and listen, it's not going to be crazy techie over your head. Cause I
no,
know that's sometimes that's like people are like, oh, I'd love to learn more, but I'm not even going to understand how they're talking or what they're talking about. It's not. You do such a good job of making it practical, making, like you said, meeting people where they're at, and getting them that information that helps us all become better travel agents and understand. I mean, the fact of the matter is, between all of the technology, we got to figure out a way to make it work for our business, because it's everywhere and it's just coming even more and more. So to have someone like you who does understand the technical and is bringing it to a level to meet us where we're at is a huge resource for us.
Yeah, we actually started a Facebook group too. I think you
Mhm.
remember. I know
Yes,
you
I
remember.
am. Oh yeah.
Travel Websites Pro. And so it's on Facebook at Travel Websites Pro. And what we're doing there is it's not just for our clients, but anybody who's out there trying to do it themselves to be able to review their website with tips and tricks we can give them and, just refine it over time and
Mhm.
make it better. Whether that's, the perfect about page or their call to
Yeah.
action buttons,
Mhm.
like we really want to help people where they're at. Some people are going to do it themselves. Some people are going to turn to us for help. Some
Mhm.
people are going to turn to someone else for help, but they need to be educated and have
Yes.
the right background and know to ask the right questions of who they're employing for that
Yeah.
website build.
Yeah.
And
And it
so,
just is saving all of us so much. I mean, I'm sure there are other people like me who you sit there after 3 hours and your head is splitting trying to understand something. And you're like, if I had just had somewhere to turn, someone who has that knowledge, and the Facebook group is awesome for that. It's a great place to glean that knowledge rather than sit there and start hitting your head against your keyboard after two
mhm,
hours because it's not something you understand. And we all need that in different ways. So I absolutely think the Facebook group is going to keep building to something that's just going to be a go-to for people, especially the website design, technology in the travel agency. I think that's going to keep being a really great thing.
that's excellent. Thank you for that.
Well,
And thank you for being a member. Like just being a member and contributing, that helps us help everybody else. So like you can take your experience and say, hey, this is what I liked about my website. Did you do that to yours?
mhm.
Because over time, these are maintenance plans that we have with them. We're looking to refine and
Yeah,
help direct your website as your niche gets more refined,
yeah,
because everybody, some people are, like you said, still starting out. I do cruises, all inclusives in Disney, which is they know what they love,
yeah,
but they're still working on niching down to that perfect people that they love trip planning for.
yeah,
um, so not everybody is the same spot, and one of our things is to help bring them along, even if we've already built their website. We're not just
yeah,
going to put it on a shelf and then forget it.
mhm,
We don't
yeah.
want to do that.
And that was one of the great things. Again, I mean, we were already friends, we already knew each other, but
Right.
you were when we were doing I think it was one of our follow up calls, and I was like, okay, so like what happens from here? You're like, when you need something, you let me know. You want to change the like I think on mine I have like different destinations that
Mhm.
I service. And you know what? I'm even niching down even more. Like, how do I want that to look? What order do I want to do? I want fresh pictures. Maybe someone's been to my
Right.
website a couple times. I want to freshen up to, hey, Justin, I got some new, not trying to product place too much here, but Wanderlust Social dropped some new bundles and I got some new pictures, and can you freshen up? I really like these four. And you're like, yeah, just get a hold of me and I'll get it done. And so that's the nice thing is a lot of times you can go to a website, and the websites I like continually going to myself as a consumer are the ones that change. They
Hmm.
update. You see the difference. You open it up somewhere you've been several times, and you're like, oh wow, there's something new there, or there's a new page, there's a new picture. And so to have that option, again, meeting us where we're at, to still have that option is really nice because it's so easy to just get that, oh, it just looks the same, it looks the same, it looks the same. Get that
Right.
pop, that wow factor, like you're always talking about.
Yeah. So we included that as part of our premium maintenance plan, which is the maintenance plan almost everybody is on, because having those changes drives more traffic, but it helps Google.
Yeah.
Google likes a dynamic website, whether you're posting blogs regularly, updating your photos, updating the text, things like that. It sees those changes and says, hey, this is a live business. Something's
They're
going
doing
on here.
something
Things are
here. Go
happening.
look at them.
Right. And I love to see it too, because it means the travel agents are really thinking about their business growth and the direction they want to be focused on for even if a season.
Mhm.
Like one of the things I like to have people do is maybe change your lead magnet out every few months, just for the ability to talk to a different season of the year, a different season of travel, and promote that on your socials to drive people to your website.
Yeah.
And then our websites are all tailored to drive people to take one action, and that's book a consultation or request a consultation with our travel agents.
Yep. And I love how um, detailed and creative that your website can be, but yet it's very clear. It's very which is what we want. We want
Mhm.
people to be thinking about booking that consultation call with us as travel agents. And even just the layout of the page as you're scrolling down, you and I have talked about it before, just how it catches the eye, how you get people to read it. And that's stuff that I understand now that you've explained it to me, but I wouldn't have known that from a website perspective. So to have that side of it all leading down to that, hey, this is where you want to book the call, and having it multiple places. So
Right.
just in case, oh, you're already there. There's the button. Click on it right here. And yeah, that side of it, yeah, I love my website. I hope it's obvious that I like my website just a little bit.
Yeah, and what you're talking about is a persuasive page format. So we're leading people on an emotional journey to start, and that's really going to make their decision to book with you. And then we hit them with features and certifications and testimonials, and that is where they logically back up the decision they already made. And it really helps solidify that, just that driving point, driving it home that they want to book with you. I think
Yeah.
one of the main things that we do and we focus on is that we're not selling, like, we don't design websites to promote a specific destination or promote a specific type of travel. We design websites to promote you, the travel agent, your service. That's what we're selling, is your service, not Disney. Disney sold themselves
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, they sell themselves.
The cruise lines, Caribbean Princess, they've all just, people know they want to take a Royal Caribbean cruise, but
Right.
they don't know how to get there, and they want help. We're focusing on selling your help.
Yeah. And that persuasive page layout, to me, it's like something, again, you learn when you go through classes, COV,
Mhm.
you get into the industry and stuff like that. You learn about that know, like, trust
Right.
factor. And to me, I really think I can truthfully say that the way that the page layout is on my Suitcase Designs website, it it helps almost in just reading that one page, kind of a know, like, trust. No, like, start trusting the reviews and all that, and that whole concept kind of gets put in one page, and
Mhm.
it's really cool actually how it does that.
And you're one of our clients that incorporated video too.
Yes.
Like, how do you feel that's working out for you, like from the know, like, trust perspective? Because I think it's huge.
I I absolutely love video. I want to keep learning more about it,
Mhm.
obviously, just like all of us do. But to me, you if when you show someone that you're a person, when you can smile, when they can hear the voice inflections and see it on your face, I just to me it's like, I mean, how many times are you in the grocery store and you don't become best friends, but somehow you just bump into someone and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no worries. We're all trying to Christmas shop. It's right around the corner from Christmas right now." Oh, and then that connection by seeing the face and hearing the voice inflection, you just all of a sudden you're okay, even though you just bumped into each other.
Mhm.
And I guess that's kind of what video does, in my opinion. It was so great because we were able to take two different videos and put them in two different strategic spots on my page or on my website. One in
Mhm.
the about me, which kind of talks more about like who I am and stuff like that. And the other one's kind of more like a commercial, kind of an in-depth commercial. And it was really fun to make, knowing they were going on the website. I absolutely had a blast making them, and I would highly recommend I mean, something doesn't have to be a big long,
Right.
obviously. I like to jabber on. You don't have to necessarily be me. Don't be me, be you. But adding that video in there, I I just think it's kind of the cherry on top.
You spoke of, it doesn't have to be long. Some of the shorter videos someone could do if they weren't comfortable with going really in depth, or if they didn't have the production skills that you have. um,
I appreciate that. Thanks. I'm
no, they're
learning.
great videos. I was blown away when you first sent them to me.
Oh, thanks.
Um, they could do short videos like frequently asked questions.
Yes.
because you're already answering a question for your client that they're asking, but they're getting it straight from you, not just from the text.
Yeah.
So that's a great idea to incorporate in some websites. And we've had a couple clients do that already. And I think
Yeah.
we should think about that for, I should definitely make sure other people who are comfortable in video should
Yeah.
think about doing that. Um,
Yeah, no, the cool thing, and I think that's the other cool thing about video with like something like this, like a website, is you can do it so many different ways. I mean, you can make yourself shine in how you're comfortable. So like doing the frequently asked questions, or voiceover with showing pretty videos from places you've been, or sitting down and maybe having a review with somebody if you're in the same town and somebody's comfortable, like doing a in-person review of their trip or experience. I mean, any of those things, sky's the limit. And it makes it that extra just side of showing yourself.
and that's a great idea. The video testimonial type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what we're doing here.
What we're doing, right?
But it's a great idea to have on your website, just even a short clip of that, and then
Yeah.
they could upload it to their YouTube for a longer in-depth testimonial, so people, get to know their service.
Yeah.
Because it's it's a living referral that just stays there all the time.
Yep. That it's just something people can go back to, especially if they're still trying to decide and they're like, I feel like I liked that person. Watch your face again.
Mhm.
And it's a great way, like you said, with connecting it to your YouTube channel or connecting it to your social media, because maybe somebody gets the website from a business card or
Right.
from a friend or something, but they want to get to know you more, and having all those connection points, that full circle, just round and round it goes.
Yeah, and we learned about that in COV as well,
Yeah,
that
we did.
marketing circle. Like
That marketing circle, attach your YouTube video to your website. Don't forget to post about it, and just it'll keep working for you.
mhm. And I mentioned it earlier, you have a lead magnet on your website, and it's an excellent one. It is, I've got your website up over here.
Oh, great.
The Romantic Travel Guidebook, your ultimate romantic travel guide. I mean, and it's an in-depth one. You produce that in Canva, maybe?
I did, yeah.
Okay?
And as a quick little, in case anyone needs that, oh, how do I make something that looks big like that? Just search in Canva for generic newsletter and grab this page from this one and this page from this one, link them all together, add your pictures. I promise it's not as hard as it seems.
Yeah, and you did a great job, and I think other travel agents should incorporate that as well.
Yeah.
Like with almost all of our plans, we incorporate email marketing.
Yeah.
We'll hook up your mailer list, your constant contacts
Mm-hmm.
to your website, and we encourage people to have a lead magnet. But some people are, they're scared away from designing that.
Yeah, and it can be so. I remember when we were first going through class and just trying to understand even the concept of like what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
So then once you understand it, then feeling like, oh, I'm not going to come up with a good enough one. It's like, find something that again shows you, and then amazingly, it just, like I said, once you were like adding that on the website, I was like, this is great. I can connect everything. It's an easy spot for people to get to me, hooked right up with my mailer light. I was able to take that when we were working on that was my jumping off point for my newsletters. So I
Mm-hmm.
took the format from my guidebook and I adapted it. And now I make a newsletter once a month, and I'm probably going to be sending you a new and improved for 2025 guidebook. Like I'm going to do 2.0 or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's just the way that it can all work together and the pieces start fitting in to where I can go to bed at night and go, my website's good. I've got video on there. It's the little pieces that can seem overwhelming. They
Mm-hmm.
can, to the new people coming in, like it was me not that many months ago. But it was great when we were making the website, having you telling me, hey, we need the lead magnet. You go work on that. I'll work on the design. You do this. And it really felt like I had a team. I had a team member, a partner,
Mm-hmm.
actively working to get those pieces in place to make it happen. And I'm glad you liked the guidebook. It was fun to make.
Yeah, and I get your newsletter too, because I signed up for the guidebook to test it. And
Yeah, that's
newsletter is
true.
excellent as well.
You signed up to test it the first time, I remember.
Let's show everybody your website. I'll
You?
bring it up. What do you think?
Yeah, I love it. Let's do it.
Okay. Let me get the screen share everything ready.
everybody. Welcome to Echoing Magic Travel, courtesy of Suitcase Designs.
Here we go. So what do you like most about the hero section?
Like right here when we first jump on. I just love the fact that from the minute someone opens up my website,
Mhm.
they get that I'm aiming for couples. Hey, couples, whoever you are, wherever you're from, however long you've been a couple, I want that look. I want that look and that the unforgettable, you know, that those words that you used in my website that just really captured what I really want to do, which is just grab onto those couples and say, let's get you guys even closer together than you've ever been.
And we go down into the problem section is what we call it. I think you were almost hesitant about this at first, and I think a lot of people are.
Yeah. It's hard to want to tell someone, hey, you have a problem. You know, there's something wrong. But you want to be able to say, I'm here to help you solve it.
Yeah, and that's where we always bring in the solution section. We talk about how you, as a certified travel professional, can handle helping them solve that problem with personalized romantic getaways.
Yep.
I think one of those things, and this is a great picture of you and Jimmy, your husband.
He's the best.
Like you said, bringing your personal voice to this was something that we really, we'll write your website and we do that based on like some back and forth, but then we bring it to you to make sure it's still speaking in your voice and we get refinement from our clients.
And I remember when you were first showing me the test site, you were like, I really want you to read this. I really want it to show it to sound like you. It needs to be from you. It's not like you just wrote it and I was like, oh yeah, I'm telling everybody I wrote that or whatever. You were like, it's got to be from you. It's got to be from your heart, from what matters. And it was great because I was like, I probably wouldn't say this. Can you adjust this? Or what if we add this? You're like, yeah, no problem. And before I knew it, it was me.
And then we showcase your destinations that you specialize in. We talk about benefits they'll get from your service, and then how easy it is to plan with you. And we really focus on and give advice that, 1 to 4 steps in a planning process, because their step 1 is whatever your call to action is. That's the action your client needs to take. Their step 2 is sitting back and relaxing while the travel advisors do all the work.
Yep.
And then step 3, they enjoy their vacation. It's that happy experience that they get after the service. And I think sometimes even that can get overwhelming. We put too many steps in. We want to keep that simple for the client to think, okay, that's easy. That's who I'm going to book with. And then we launch into some backup, social proof testimonials.
And for the record, everybody, Justin's great with words, with synonyms, with connecting them. Like when he said echoes of love, when I saw that, I went, oh, I mean, he didn't just put reviews from our clients, echoes of love. So, I mean, and I've looked at the other websites you've done and they're all unique to that person. And so I just had to say that while we were looking at that.
Yeah, we definitely want to make these customized to the brand and the person behind that brand. So that way, if I was someone shopping for a travel agent and I happened upon 3 Suitcase Design sites, I'm not just thinking, well, these are all 3 the same people. I don't want them to think these are all 3 written by Justin. I want them to think these are all 3 written by Johanna, Cheryl, Shannon, these different people. And we want it to be their voice every time.
Yeah.
And then we talk about the features your service offers. And every time we talk about something like a feature, we back it up with a benefit, like personalized itineraries. It says, you'll have a vacation tailored to your desires, and it brings you and your partner closer together. These are benefits of Johanna's service. Stress-free planning, so you can enjoy more uninterrupted quality time together. We keep focusing on your niche and talking to your ideal client, what they want, what problem they're trying to solve. And like you said, we're always looking to schedule a consultation call.
Yep. Put the button there in case they're just ready to go right there.
Then we include any certifications you want to showcase. And then we'll always include something to kind of, if they're on the fence, push them off the fence
There
to
you go.
booking a consultation with you. And this is where you included one of your videos. And I won't play the whole thing, but like, this is a great way to connect with you. Someone's going to watch that and they're going to get pulled in. Like you grabbed them with that first statement, and they might not read what I helped write here, but they're going to go to there and they're going to sit back and be like, okay, yeah, I get it. And I like her.
Yeah, it was definitely a great way to, I loved how you were like, let's throw a video in there. I was like, all right, let's do it.
Then we talk about your lead magnet. So if I push them off the fence and they're still like not ready to book, they're on the wrong side of the fence, they like you and they want to come back to you. So they sign up for your lead magnet. It keeps you front of mind for them. And this is a great way, like we talked about that circle, that email marketing, social media, things to bring them back and keep you as the travel advisor they think of when they're ready to book a trip.
Yep.
And then footers. Everybody loves a footer.
Everybody loves the footers, all the little print.
And then your about page is great too. We talk about you, but we talk about how your experience helps the client, because the client's always wondering what's in it for me. And you included your about video here, which is another great video for them to get to know you. And again, always ready to schedule a consultation call.
Yep. And I like that how it breaks it up. You know, you've been on websites before where it's just the whole screen, start to finish, it's just lots of words. And I like that sometimes the pictures are on one side and sometimes they're on the other side. And sometimes there's bullet points and sometimes there's bold. And it's an easy read. As a reader myself, I mean, I like to read, but I mean, it's a nice flow. You've got the design well done, Justin, so that it makes it easy for people to read if they want to read. And I like how broken up it is. It kind of keeps them going, even if they're hopping back and forth between the reading.
Right. And that's that you touched on a thing that's specific about websites, is not everybody scans a website the first time they're there. I don't know about you, but I know I just scan through, see if it has some headers that speak to me.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back and read some certain sections that, more in depth.
Yeah, that I really want to get into.
Right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. Everybody can go out and look at that site at echoingmagictravel.com. So let's bring it home.
All right.
What would you say to someone? So they're a fresh travel advisor, whether they're on their own, going through COV, they just hooked up with a host company maybe. What would your advice be for their website starting out? Where would you go first?
As far as my own personal experience with this in the last year, I would highly recommend to anyone who, I mean, you're going to have startup costs. This is a worthwhile year one startup cost. This is a spot that you are going to you're going to leaps and bounds. If you get signed up with Suitcase Designs and get a website going, it is going to make you feel like you just quantum leaped forward in where you want to be. It felt that way for me, very much so. And like you said, I had gotten some good reviews on that Canva website from people telling me, but when you sent me that, I went kind of like, when you feel like, oh, I'm a big girl now. That's how it feels. It feels like you're a big girl, big boy travel agent, and it is absolutely worth the investment. Again, the quality and what you're getting for it, I would recommend to anyone who is starting out, find a way in your year one, at the latest year two, to get this going for you. It will help so much with your business. And again, that loop, it will help so much make that start moving so much faster. And again, niche down to you. It's about you, and it is worth it. I promise.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Johanna. Thank you for talking to us today. Thank you for joining our Facebook group and being a support there to everybody.
Absolutely happy to be a part of the community. consider you a friend. You're stuck with me. You do an amazing job. You give a wonderful service, and I will recommend Suitcase Designs to every travel agent I know for as long as we're doing this, because that's how much I value what you do, Justin.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for being a client at Suitcase Designs. And like always, you can reach out to us for anything you need.
Love it.
All right. Have a great day, Joanna.
Yep. Bye, everybody.